Welcome to episode number 87. And in this episode, I took a little break, but I came back. What happened during that break? Well, I got married. Some crazy things happened. Hurricane happened. Pandemic has happened. But I learned 5 big lessons from getting married in the last 2 weeks. So you might want to stick around for this one. Stay tuned. So the big question is, how do ambitious people like us, who grew up listening to the old advice of go to school, work hard for 40 years, and retire when you're old, create a life today that is meaningful, abundant, healthy, and brings joy, while also leading a life that is productive and full of achievement? That is the question, and this is the podcast that'll help give you the answers that you're searching for. My name is Del Denny, and welcome to the Upgrade Your Life podcast. Hey, my friends, this is Del Denny, and before we get into today's podcast, I wanted to ask you a question. Have you ever wondered what your purpose in life is? Or do you feel you're just going through the motions? Wake up, go to work, pay the bills, go to sleep, and repeat? Too many people are just going through the motions. Many people are feeling burned out, and many people are wondering if there's more to life than what's in front of them. And that's why I created a free audio training called How to Find Your Purpose. When you find out what your individual, unique purpose in life is, it'll change your life forever. Imagine waking up every day and feeling alive, happy, and vibrant because you know your purpose. Well, I've put together a free audio training for you, my friends, to help you find your purpose. It's a 4-step framework that'll help solve your individual, unique purpose in life. Inside this program, you'll also learn 8 strategies to live a more vibrant life. Head on over to deldenny.com and click free training at the top. That's deldenny.com and click free training, or you can look in the show notes of this podcast for the link as well. Now, without further ado, on to today's podcast. What is going on? Del Denny here. And exciting stuff happening in my personal world and in the business world. And just to let you guys know, I've been on a little hiatus lately the last couple weeks because I just got married, and it was super, super exciting. So I'll share a little bit about what happened with you and intertwine some teaching moments that came from there. It was quite interesting. So on October 10th, 10/10/2020, I got married. But with that being said, a lot of craziness built up to that moment. So we got married in South Carolina, and at a very beautiful venue. It was a botanical garden. We were planning on getting married outside, and we've been planning this for quite some time. And as we were getting closer and closer to the day, being outside, what we realized was there was a hurricane coming. And not only were we battling a pandemic, going into this wedding and having people, and should we do this, should we not do this, and how do we stay safe and all that stuff. Now, a few days before the wedding, there's a hurricane coming. And so it's, oh my gosh, what do we do? What's going to happen? And we were really stressed out. And so about 5 days or 6 days before the wedding, as we could kind of see that forecast of what was going to happen on Saturday, we saw it was 80% chance of rain and lightning and thunderstorms. And it's like, oh my gosh, is it going to rain on our wedding day? What do we do? And so we're planning, and we have plan B, plan C, plan D going on. We're getting tense. We're doing all these things. And as the day gets closer and closer and closer, and we're looking at the hurricane, it just kind of stays in the Gulf of Mexico, and it did not rain on our wedding day. And it ended up working out perfectly. It was a beautiful, beautiful ceremony. We held it outside. We danced under the stars. It was a great experience. And then when the wedding was over, about 2 a.m, while everyone was gone and gone to sleep and all that stuff, then the rain came. And so there was a lot of worry from a lot of parties. But here's what I learned. Number one, it all works out. It really does. Even if it did rain, we would have still had a great time. And I know a lot of people let worry stop them from doing a lot of things. People let fear stop them from doing a lot of things. And really what happens is, not just with this wedding, but with anything, fear is a lot worse than what the actual consequence might be. So there's more energy that is put into fear and worry and doubt and frustration than the actual consequence of that thing. And so don't let fear stop you. Don't let worry stop you. You got to push through, acknowledge it for what it is and keep on moving forward. So that's really one thing I wanted to take away from that. Now, another thing I want to share with you is that, we went to Key West, Florida for a honeymoon. And, what we really wanted to do, we wanted to go to Bora Bora or Tahiti or one of those fancy huts that sit on the water and the blue water. But right now with this world pandemic, hey, it's just tough to get out there. It's tough to travel the world. And so we were like, where is the most tropical place right now in the United States? Because we live in the United States, and where can we go? And we thought, well, Key West. We're going to go to Key West, Florida. And so we spent our honeymoon down there, and it was a great time. We did a whole lot of nothing, and that's exactly what we needed. We laid on the beach. It was beautiful. The sun was shining. We had a great time. Now, here's the thing. We ate like crazy. Our diet's out the window. Our exercise routine out the window as well. And, today being Monday, I worked out yesterday, Sunday, worked out today, and it is tougher to get back into the swing of things. I just got done with hot yoga. I love hot yoga, but I realized, man, I haven't worked out in 2 weeks, and this is tougher to get back into the routine of things. And I promised myself the next time that, we go on vacation, I got to step it up a little bit more with my exercise routine because, man, this on-ramp back to fitness is a little bit tougher. So number 2, lesson learned in this whole wedding thing is exercise and eat better. There was days I did eat pretty good, but it's the exercise routine that really, really got me. So if you're going to go take a break, at least incorporate a little bit. Just don't go cold turkey on your health and your fitness. All right, number 3. Here's what I learned from getting married in the last couple weeks. Take a break for creativity. Now, if you're like me, you might be a workaholic. I love working. I'm just built for it. I love grinding. I just don't turn it off. I have to be conscious and intentional about turning it off. And that what was so great about this vacation is I just put work to the wayside, stopped focusing on work. And I've done this many times before, and this is what happens. And we've even talked about this on the podcast, is that when you take a break for yourself and you stop worrying and stop thinking, your brain has time to relax. And then when you come back to work and you come back to what you do, your creativity gets even better. I don't know what it is about it, but I think it's just our brain is like a muscle and it needs its relaxation. If we work out 7 days a week, eventually we're going to strain a muscle. And I think that too happens for our brains. And so take a break for creativity. That's so important. I know I'm so excited to get back to work this week. There's plenty of things to do, some things I want to implement. So exciting things. Now, number 5 thing I learned from this. Actually, I think we're on number 4. Number 4 thing. Number 4. If you're taking notes, great job. Number 4 thing. Treat your partner better than your friends. I've learned this time and time again. Is when we get comfortable with our partner, our spouse, our fiance, whoever that significant other is. Sometimes we get too comfortable with them, and we can treat our friends better than we treat our partner. We'll smile for our friends more. Our friends can do something wrong to us, but hey, it's okay. We smile. We keep on going on. But when it comes to our partner, our spouse, our significant other, sometimes we're meaner to them. Sometimes we chip at them a little bit because they're our partner. We're comfortable with them. And isn't it interesting that sometimes we treat our friends better than our significant other? And really, that should be flip-flopped around. We should love our partner. We should serve them. We should be happier with them. We shouldn't get comfortable where we're chipping away at them. So number 4 is to treat our spouse, our partner, our significant other better than our friends. I'm not saying put our friends down, but we need to keep our partner and our loved one at a higher level. All right, number 5. I'm going to end with this one. Here's what I learned. Number 5 is to love your family. And that wedding just solidified that to me. Family is everything. It's the only thing you need. It's the only thing you'll ever have is family. And to see family at the wedding and their support and their tears of joy, I can't express how grateful I am for that. That wedding really was wrapped up in joy. There's been a few times in my life where I've felt just joy, like that ultimate joy. And it's always come down to family. And so thinking about this, if there's a loved one that you haven't reached out to for a while, that you, haven't talked to, haven't texted, reach out to them. Solidify your family relationships, be it a son or daughter you haven't reached out to, or maybe a father, a mother, an uncle, a cousin, whatever it may be. Go out there and express some love today to a family member. Just send them a random text, random phone call, whatever it may be. So those are the 5 things I really learned by getting married. So I'm excited. This is fun stuff. I'm so excited to be a married man. So 5 things. Number 1, everything works out in the end. Don't worry about those hurricanes in life. Everything works out. Number 2, exercise. Keep that routine. Number 3, take a break for creativity. Your brain will love it and your productivity will increase. Number 4, treat your partner better than your friends. Number 5, love your family. And I promise you, if you do those things, it's going to help upgrade your life. So that's it. This is Del Denny signing off. Remember, learn, lead, and live to your full potential. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes to get automatic episode updates for the Upgrade Your Life podcast. And finally, please take a minute to leave us an honest review and rating on iTunes. Your feedback really helps us out when it comes to the ranking of the show, and I make it a point to read every single one of the reviews that we get. So thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me on the Upgrade Your Life podcast. Have a great day.